Hey YouTube, it's June 19th, 2021, day before Father's Day. So today, the grass is getting a little long. I don't know if I'll mow it, but it's going to need to be mowed this week at some point. So my plan is to see if I can get the 408 running. As you can tell, it hasn't been running in a while. I probably ran it, I don't know, probably at least maybe a year and a half ago. I haven't touched it. There's no gas tank in it, but I think overall it shouldn't take much to get it running. Hopefully it's just a little, throw the gas tank on it, give it a little bit of cleaning, pump up the tires. Hopefully it'll run, but that's what I'm going to tackle today, so let's go. Something's locked up in the transmission. I can't roll it. I just want to roll it out so I can actually get tires pumped up and move it. And right now it's just locked up. So like I said, I don't know, it's been at least a year and a half. I'll have to look at old videos of when, or pictures or anything of when the last time I drove it. Yeah, it's not moving right now, so need to dig in, literally dig in to get it out and dig into the problem, see what happens. So let me take a look at it and I'll be right back. All right, I think it's just the back tires are just super flat. So before I pull a muscle and regret it, let me see if I can grab the air pack and pump up the tires as best I can, and hopefully it'll roll once they're pumped up. All right, it looks like the basically the tires are super flat and couldn't move, so now it's rolling easily. So let me just move the camera and get it over in front of the shed. All right, so I got it up front with a little bit of leg work and muscle to get the to get it out and to get the mower deck for the 50-inch mower deck, which is like leaning up against the shed. That had to get out of the way because it was too tight in that corner over there. So just a quick update on this, or where it stands when I last left it. It was fully running. I did have a gas tank on the back of the tank that was not obviously it wasn't original. It was a big plastic tank. I was bungee cording it to the back. Since then I've taken the original and cleaned it up, put a new shutoff valve on it. When I first got it, it was in really rough shape. The previous owner, who I bought it from, basically said that it was leaking. I've cleaned it several times and I've never noticed anything leaking from a seam. So the only thing I can guess right now is that there's a leak from the old valve that was on here. So I put a brand new valve on here, and I've put during cleaning, I put several different things in here, never had anything leak. Usually I clean everything with a bunch of different stuff, like, you know, Vapor Rust, you know, acetone, a bunch of different things. The last thing I would do before, after rinsing it, I was always cleaning it with isopropyl alcohol just to dry it out. And even that, I never saw any leaks from that, and that's about as thin as you can get. So hopefully everything works. What I'll do is I'll put this in. I have to look at the manual, or the illustrated parts list, I should say, to see if how this actually straps in. This was in there, but there wasn't really anything that, I don't remember, it's been so long, that what actually held it in place. So I'm gonna just pause the video for a little bit and just go refresh myself with what are the parts. I know the other thing I need is a new battery plate. Let me show you. Let me switch the camera and I'll show you that. So let's just take this plate off and I'll show you. Gotta get some screws that actually stay in. Every time I drive this, these start to back out. As you can see, oh, sorry, the plate right there is totally rusted out, totally rotted from the battery acid and stuff. So I gotta get, sorry, the camera's in the spot, but that's all rusted out down there. So I gotta address that at some point. I don't know if I'll do it today, but as you can see, really thin and rusted out. So I'll go look to see if I have a plate. Maybe I'll just cut that out and weld a plate in there, but that's got to be replaced at some point. All right, so I got the tank in, but I am missing some parts. I did track down the plate that goes over it, and this plate goes over in between, you know, basically the shifter plate and the seat. That's where this one goes. Got a new battery for it. I was about to hook up the tank, and the tube, the fuel line dropped on the ground and poured some stuff out, and it was pretty nasty. It was pretty much nasty lacquer gas, so, which I'm actually surprised at. I've had stuff sit longer and not be as nasty, but maybe because it's exposed to air, I don't know. It was pretty nasty. But the other thing I noticed, if I look at the illustrated parts list for the 408 here, if you look at right here, so there's the plate, there's the tank, there's a bracket, tank bracket that pulls it up, that holds that plate in place and holds the tank vertically pushed into the top. Now it'll hold without it. I think that's just more of a, you know, belts and suspenders, because there's brackets underneath it, and you have that plate. So I'm not too worried about how much I use it. I'll probably see if I can track down or try to make something eventually that will hold it, like that bracket that basically comes up and holds it from the bottom and screws in those two holes. But for now, we're good. Well, what I am going to do is clean out this fuel line and maybe check the carburetor before I go all crazy on it and try to get it running and fight with it. So let me go dig into that. It's empty and clean, so I'm just gonna put it back on, hope for the best.